is again an all-Team Penske front row. Willpower on the pole, championship contender and challenger Joseph Newgarden on the outside. Remember the festival curves. IndyCar racing is back in the Pacific Northwest. Great start, Alexander Rossi. He's already up to second. Here comes Hunter Ray in the yellow car. So the Andretti boys are trying to get through. Will everybody get through is the question to be answered.
What a jump by Power. Pagano having trouble in the back. Guys are bailing through the chicane. Where will they come out?
Oh, no!
Dixon. That's no good.
Dixon's in the middle of that.
Car upside down. Andretti, I think.
Scott Dixon is in the middle.
Dixon kept his car running. He's now got it in reverse, trying to get it going as they try to turn over Marco Andretti to get him out.
He's going to come around the other nose of the car if he can. I don't know if he can squeeze between those two.
Graham Rahal is the other car.
Here he goes.
Dixon's going.
He won't lose a lap. What a man he is.
Nice to see Marco moving in the cockpit there.
And the AMR safety team doing an amazing job just to bring that car down gently.
You see several cars take the exit. Dixon's on the outside in the back there, nowhere to go.
Oh. Andretti went right over the top of James Hinchcliffe. All right, ready to go back racing here. And Willpower will see the green first onto the main straight. And let's hope everybody gets through the festival curves cleanly. Jordan King with a move on fellow British driver Jack Harvey. Inside at turn one, cleanly done.
A lot of damage to the under tray and floor of Zach Beach's car. We'll see how he handles, but guys get through here clean. There's Pagano starting way in the back. He's got to move forward, but watch out. Dixon's not out of this till the checkered flag drops, so tune in.
Dixon is running back in 20th position. Let's take a ride.
Charlie Kimball in front of Dixon. Let's see what he does here. They've reconfigured the track now. This is brand new. It opens up. Does he dive in?
Oh, no, with Power. Power had an issue. It might have gone off the track, and he has just lost tons of places, 10, 12 places.
Is he back to speed? He is back to speed.
I think he's got some kind of a driveline issue because
Alexander Rossi is now in the lead. And look at this. He gets in, and something just shuts off, and it's dead stick.
This is a perfect day for Alexander Rossi. Listen. Gearbox. That's either a GCU.
It's in a false neutral.
Look at how fast he is on the full recycle switch. He got it going. It might have been a gearbox control unit, but for Alexander Rossi right now, a 14-point lead in the championship as they run, chased by his teammate, or in this case, protected by his teammates.
Protected by his teammates. He's got Veach still there with the wounded floor. Hunter Ray needs a good result, so he's going to just play the game here. But now you're looking at the fuel mileage master leading on the West Coast.
And Joseph Newgarden is running in third. Keep an eye out, too, for Jordan King and Jack Harvey running in fifth and sixth. Listen, we have seen this time and again, and folks at home, I want to keep you up to date because it just keeps happening. Scott Dixon just clicks them off one position at a time. Dixon has worked his way already up to 13. We will monitor his progress. Simon Pagano is the next one on his list as we take a ride with Zach Veach.
Damage on the side pod, Townsend, so that car is damaged and probably is missing some underwing downforce. But Rossi right now has just come out right in behind Kanaan, so let's hope that doesn't hold up his speed, that he's trying to lay down some laps. He's out to a 5.5 second lead right now.
And Rossi is on the button right now, using push to pass on this in lap. We understand his guys are laid out on pit lane. So Rossi and Rob Edwards know exactly what's needed to hold the lead here.
Here it comes.
Speed opening.
Take it away, Kev.
Alexander Rossi maybe would have gone a couple of laps longer, not certain, but Tony Kanaan just pitted, came out in front of him, so that might have decided to come in a little bit early so they didn't get stuck in traffic. Car's been pretty good, but he's been dealing with a little bit of understeer in some sections, oversteer in others, and they've really been concerned about the left front. Some trouble there, and a little bobble on the right front there. I think I saw, or at least maybe that was just the signboard. They got knocked down. No, good quick stop. Alexander Rossi, no problems, he's away.
Well, there goes Newgarden.
These guys have been racing each other all race. Here comes Harvey. He was the first guy to pit.
And
he's
Harvey's
on
gonna
hot
run.
tires. He's going to get by King right there.
Woo.
That shows you can go too wide through there, Townsend. And now he's going to have a look at Veach. He's on hot tires, and Veach is on cold.
That XM Sirius satellite radio car, the purple one you're looking at, Jack Harvey.
See if he goes for the big hairpin dive here. Look, he's got him lined up. Here he comes, watch.
One side to the other. It's 78 feet wide here, and Jack Harvey makes the most of it. Great call, PT.
Nice move.
That is exactly why they redesigned the track here at Portland, is to invite that opportunity, and Veach is going to come right back on them. They are both on push to pass.
You won't go too abreast through there, and you won't do it around the outside. Somebody's off right there in the dirt.
Clear.
Jack Harvey is not a full-time driver in the Verizon IndyCar Series, nor is Meyer Shank Racing. They're in partnerships. It's a satellite operation with Schmidt-Peterson Racing. This is a really good run. Fantastic effort for Mike Shank and his group. Meanwhile, Newgarden and Dixon are still going at it. Now Jordan King lines up for a shot at Zach Veach.
Zach Veach's car is damaged. He's got under tray damage, a big hole. We don't really have a good shot of it, but there's a big gaping hole in the side of it, which will not help his downforce level.
This is Andretti Autosport versus Ed Carpenter Racing. Here comes Jordan King, switches to the inside. He wants a shot at him and gets him as well.
What a great addition to the track when they changed that corner up, and now it's giving a passing places. Here's Hunter Ray.
And while that's happening, the leader comes onto pit road. We've documented he was on the Firestone primaries. They get all the Sunoco they can get in there. They're going to wait for every last drop. That is a brand new set of alternates. You see Rossi clearly in the lead here, but he's going to have some great tires to try and close that gap.
Where you've seen those two passes executed over the last two laps with Jordan King and Jack Harvey, that section where Paul said this is good, this nice new section, guys, it used to be 30 feet wide. It's now 78 feet wide, and it's working.
And it's such a classic situation of the optimal line is setting up wide as Pagano leaves pit lane, setting up wide, getting run, but to defend Paul, you then lose the ability of a good exit. So it's a really nice twist here at Portland, and congrats to the organizers for taking the plunge and repaving, reconfiguring. Pagano, though, he's kind of in no man's land this weekend.
He's having a terrible weekend. He's really been off the pace, and he's just languishing right now, back in 19th place. So really has not moved forward. When you look at guys like Bourdais and these guys and Dixon right here that had damage, they're already back up into the top 10. Dixon right now running 6th, and he was last.
Oh, look at this move from Joseph Newgarden. That was just a few moments ago. That's what it looked like for Dixon. Look to the right, look to the right.
Woo-hoo. Smart driving by Dixon, making sure he doesn't suffer any more misfortune in this race. You can already see the damage from the opening lap crash on the nose. Paul, he's running 6th right now, but he needs a yellow.
I'll tell you what,
he's going to have to pit and lose another 25 seconds to Rossi. He'll fall deep down in the field again.
His strategy right now, though, he's back in the points lead by 11 points, so do not count Scott Dixon out ever.
So Alexander Rossi resumes the lead of this.
Emergency mode off. Good stop.
That was it. They were in emergency mode. So very smart by Team Penske, recognizing all the issues he would face.
Here's Dixon pitted on lap 4, as you heard Townsend saying it's time to come in again. Here is Dixon. So pits from 5th, some 10 seconds behind race leader Alexander Rossi.
It looked like disaster with contact at the opening few corners of this race, but no damage for Scott Dixon other than the radio antenna. So technically they're working on a 3-stopper, as Townsend said, but really just 2 more stops. So after this, the plan is 1 more stop if they can make the fuel work. Stop Firestone Reds this time, a little wing adjustment, and Dixon back out.
And it flip-flops now. Dixon is now 2nd in the points, 17 points behind Rossi. So as quick as you like, he goes from the lead back to 2nd place, and that's how tight this championship is.
Well, eventually your luck has to run out as we welcome you back to the Verizon IndyCar Series race here in Portland. Scott Dixon was extremely fortunate on the opening lap to not suffer any damage to his car in that huge crash. However, he was just handed, as you may have seen during that break, a pit lane speed violation on pit exit, and he had to come through and serve that drive-through penalty. Meanwhile, Joseph Newgarden continues his charge, and the silver bullet rolls into 2nd place ahead of Ryan Hunter-Reay.
Newgarden told us yesterday, he said, I think I've got a great car. His willpower is off.
Willpower in the tires.
Turn 12.
Hopefully we can get a replay of this. He's been having gearbox trouble all day. We've got a yellow now.
That really helps Scott Dixon.
Big time. Green, green, green is the call. It's Rossi and Newgarden and Ryan Hunter-Reay, 3 championship hopefuls. Here we go. Matthias Leist is trying to go with Zach Veach a little further back. Good restart, Rossi.
Dixon looking up the inside. Look at Piggott. Oh, that was
on the
close.
inside. Almost gets into the back of Fittipaldi's car, but no lockups. But that was a really late start by Rossi. I thought that Newgarden would have got a jump on him there, but he's starting to already pull away.
Look at that battle for third between the yellow car of Ryan Hunter-Reay, the DHL Honda, and then the black fuzzy Chevrolet, Jordan King, the young British driver who's done a stellar job. Come out of F2. This is Matthias Leist, the teenager from Brazil. He's working over Zach Veach.
Leist having a terrific day. He's on the same strategy as the leaders, but Paul, you cannot make a move outside there.
No, that is not happening. So it's single file through there. You got to watch all the dust. Look at Dixon. He's back here in the danger zone again. He's right behind Bourdais, who was involved in the first lap incident at turn 2. But look at Rossi leading the field ahead of the series champion, Newgarden, Hunter-Reay in tow, and how about King?
Yeah.
Oh, look at Spencer Piggott. He is on the charge going around Gabby Chavez. Piggott, the first of the drivers to pit under that yellow, so that could be a really important factor as we get into the late stages of this race. Piggott at the front of that second strategy.
By the way, we're singing the praises of Jordan King. This is the sister car. He's Jordan King's teammate. So it's a great day for Ed Carpenter Racing.
For Ed Carpenter Racing, this is a big breath of fresh air. They haven't been particularly strong on a lot of the street and road courses this year, so this is a very strong run for the ECR team.
But yellow has negated Rossi's comfortable lead he had, and now, right now, it's a black tire to red tire battle. We know the reds are faster. Now they're up to 10th. Look at Newgarden. He's right on the back of Rossi. He's going to get a run right here.
Newgarden probably
He's
going to be
got
on the button.
Check this out.
Rossi on the button, Newgarden on the button. Rossi knows he's got to hold him off on the blacks until he can get back on reds.
Joseph has been great here under brakes for the lead. Joseph Newgarden late on the brakes, straight to the lead.
I don't even think he used the brakes, Townsend. He brakes so late, and that's the power of these Firestone Reds, how much grip they have.
Look at that. Well, he had plenty of practice in that on Scott Dixon and then executed it, and Jordan King has maneuvered his way into third. How about that? This is the man who has managed, the driver who is managed by Mark Blundell, who won here at Portland International. Check this out. It's a double move. Newgarden on Rossi, King on Hunter-Reay.
Carbon copy at the same time. What a day Jordan King is having. Terrific run.
And that brings us up to where we are now for our third caution of the day, and it obviously involves Zach Veach.
Yeah, look at that floor. Look at the hole in the floor. So he's gone off at the same place where Will Power went off at the last corner. Hopefully we can get a replay of that, but massive downforce loss on the side of his car with that big hole in the floor.
And that goes all the way back to the opening lap. Here's the replay of Veach.
Same thing. Townsend way out in that little runoff area, and then once you're out in that no man's land and you get the marbles on the tires, you're just going for a ride.
Didn't hit anything though, so the car should be all right, but you're right, Paul, the exact same moment that Will Power had, the rear got light, had to try to recover, and at that point he's wide off of the grip.
Yeah, look at the damage right here. We can't really get a good shot of the right side of the car because this car's all corners, but look at the gaping hole right here.
But remember, PT, a lot of that goes back to the opening lap altercation with James Hinchcliffe.
All of it is from the opening lap. Yeah. I'll tell you what, this yellow really helps Takuma Sato, Bourdais, Dixon, and Piggott. They stay out. Hunter-Reay stays out. That's a surprise.
All right, there's going to be plenty of action on pit road. Let's head down there. Take it away, Jan.
Well, for Joseph Newgarden, he is pitting from the lead because they had committed early. We obviously see Alexander Rossi as well. They committed early to a three-stop strategy. Those who stayed out on the course are those who now have committed to the two-stop. We watch to see who wins this drag off of pit road. Newgarden launches first, and there's a delay for Rossi, and it'll be neck and neck with Jordan King.
Barely got out ahead of Jordan King. They're very lucky, but Hunter-Reay stays out on track with Sato and Bourdais. Dixon now up to fourth, and now he's got a 42-point lead again.
Bourdais and Dixon on the same strategy. Last pitted on lap 40. Dixon could come away today with a podium. Who would believe that? Long way to go yet, though. Green flag flies, back to racing in Portland.
Long way to go. We're just over halfway. Dixon takes a look on Bourdais, but this could be disaster for Rossi. He's back in 17th, and he's going to pass all these guys because they're really on the same strategy.
Santino Ferrucci in the purple car working on Carlos Munoz. Yes, Schmidt-Peterson running the Robert Wickens number 6. We say hello to Robbie. We know you're watching from Methodist Hospital in Indianapolis. Continue your comeback to better health, mate. We're all thinking about you. And Munoz, Carlos, it's a huge honor to be driving your car. This is Rossi, mired in the pack.
Think about where we are in the points. We thought Rossi was having the perfect day. Now, if he finishes in 17th, he would come out 42 points behind Scott Dixon.
After coming in 26 behind. Kev?
Bob Edwards said when the caution came out, obviously that wasn't what we were looking for. Alex just asked right before the green, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is this for us? And Rob said 9. You're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way, just pass cars right now.
Yeah, he's got a lot of work to do. This has really put a stacked deck against him. And how about Scott Dixon now has cycled his way back to the front. He's got a shot, as we see Newgarden making moves. Whoa, right there. Whoa, over the curb again. He got a penalty for that, had to let a car go by, so maybe he'll have to let the next car by for jumping that chicane.
That was Alfonso Solis Jr. I think Newgarden's going to have to figure out how to let him back by with Rossi and Gabby Chavez breathing down his neck.
They may say, though, that Solis
loose
is
there. He's loose. He's going to get a run on him right here.
Significantly slower, so they might, Newgarden may escape with that, not sure. Inside move, Jordan King, the black car on Solis Jr. Hangs him out to dry.
Solis, the rookie, with Juncos, the team, running a part-time schedule. Munoz making a move on Pietro Fittipaldi on the backside. There's action all over the track.
Dirt all over the track. Guys are cutting the curbs there, pulling the dirt on the track. We've seen 2 crashes in this last corner. The 32 and the 1 are under review. Rossi looking down the back of Newgarden here.
The 32 and the 1, of course, Alfonso Solis Jr. and the 1 of Joseph Newgarden because of cutting the course. So, what's to come for the man in the Verizon number 1, trying to defend the 1?
Back at Portland, where the leader has hit pit road, we expected to see Ryan Hunter-Reay a little bit earlier, just like Michael Andretti told us. He has a brand new set of Firestone Reds. They go with a little bit of front wing. Now waiting for every last bit of Sunoco. Wow, 7.3 seconds. That's what you need. 6.3 for Ryan Hunter-Reay.
6.3 seconds is a sensational stop. He's got sticker reds. And in the catbird seat,
Scott Dixon, series leader, and is keeping himself in with a shot of a 5th championship. Folks, if you haven't seen it, this is lap 1. Take the ride with Dixon. He doesn't hit anything. He's in the middle of a melee. And there's Graham Rahal. Marco Andretti is upside down. Ed Jones, his teammate, is right beside. He's out of the race. And Dixon fires it up, hits reverse, and drives out, PT.
And look at that nose on the front of his car. Who's that look like? Got a big rubber mark on the front like the chrome horn.
Like the chrome horn.
Let's not forget that Dixon also had to do a drive-through penalty for pit speed violation.
Yeah.
So he now runs 3rd, and 3rd legitimately. Everybody else needs 1 more stop except Ryan Hunter-Reay. So Dixon in podium position, and as they run right now, would come out of here with a 40-point championship lead.
Heading to Sonoma, the season finale. Incredible. You know, there might be people like Alexander Rossi who's feared. Here he comes with his last stop. Rossi's feared for his passing. Power is feared for his speed. Every single driver fears this guy for his survival abilities. You never count Scott Dixon or Chip Ganassi racing out.
So the second to make the final stop of the day. So we'll be keeping an eye on Ryan Hunter-Reay to watch how Dixon blends back in. He's got a set of sticker red, the softer, faster Firestones, and they think those will last the full stint. Front wing adjustment. Shouldn't have to save that much fuel. Dix can race the rest of the way. Hunter-Reay is easily going to beat him back out.
Hunter-Reay goes. Dixon now has more fuel to burn, though, than Hunter-Reay. There goes Hinch. Hinch is 19 laps down, so if Dixon can make quick work of Hinchcliffe, he's got full fuel or nearabouts. Oh, no, there's going to be a yellow here.
Santucci,
Are you blending names there?
Yeah, he's got a problem. He's not going to make it around, so they might have to go full course yellow
and that's
to go
going to
retrieve him.
That's going to be huge.
This is going to throw things all upside down, but the good news is Dixon has pitted if it goes full course yellow. He's been hung out by the yellow before.
Sato, Bourdais, Piggott, they've all come to pit lane in case a yellow comes out. Bourdais in.
So
everybody's in. The whole
in.
field is in the pit lane.
It's the insurance policy. You do not want to be on track when the yellow comes out.
So Bourdais was going to be able to pit. He was going to wait a couple of more laps. He gets back out, and Rossi comes in for his final stop and nearly clips Simon Pagenaud as Pagenaud is exiting. A near miss for one of the championship contenders. So Rossi fuel. Jan, what are you watching?
Well, as you saw Joseph Newgarden scoot out there as well. Everyone hit pit road because had the yellow come out, they would have all been put back to the very back of the pack. So thankfully, it stayed green long enough for everyone to hit pit road. Now forces them on the same strategy. If it had gone yellow again,
there it is. There it is. They gave everybody a chance to pit before they threw that, and it didn't throw the championship upside down.
Very cool from race control to do that.
So you've got Takuma Sato, an Indy 500 winner. Ryan Hunter-Reay, an Indy 500 winner. Sebastian Bourdais and Scott Dixon, 2 four-time series champions. And then you pick up Spencer Piggott, who just got his first IndyCar podium earlier this year. Let's go racing in Portland.
And everybody on sticky Firestone Red's going to bring it all right here in turn 1.
Chilton's got a pretty angry pack bearing down on him. Look further back. Rossi's working on Newgarden. The yellow and blue car. Keep an eye on Rossi.
Rossi's in sight now of Dixon, but he's got to get by Newgarden, who's tough work, and they got some guys that are up in front of them that are just looking for a good result, like Kimball is looking, and Pagenaud and Piggott. These guys are desperate for a good result.
Yeah, they're not going to make an easy passage through, that's for sure. It's on for second. The yellow and red DHL Honda of Ryan Hunter-Reay and Takuma Sato.
We know that Chilton's going to have to pit, so he wants to lead laps. Sato is saving fuel to make it to the end, and Piggott's got a big run.
Outside of Scott Dixon, you're not going to do it, or are you? Yes, he does! What a move, Spencer Piggott on Scott Dixon.
Championship now is 32 points.
Look at the patience from Alexander Rossi, trying to get a good exit. He has 20 seconds more of push to pass than Newgarden. Both are on the button, Rossi and Newgarden. There you see the Verizon car. Here comes Rossi.
Oh, he's good in there. He's got it. Easy pass. And then Gabby Chavez does the exact same move, but Kanaan pushes him off the track.
Kanaan, the most experienced driver in the field at Portland, and he shows it by running Chavez out of road at the exit, which makes it impossible to get the power down when half your car is on the dirt.
Jordan King's been shuffled back in the mix. He's trying to fend off that purple Sirius XM car of Jack Harvey. Then Mateus Laced, Alfonso Solis Jr.
You see Chilton come in, but they make lug nuts for wheels, Gorilla wheel nuts.
New race leader. The MyJack Honda of Takuma Sato leads, and here comes Bourdais. Couple of series champions duking it out here. Hunter-Reay on your left, Bourdais on your right.
And Bourdais has been thrifty with push to pass. Nobody has more seconds in his pocket than Sebastian Bourdais right now, 123 seconds. Hunter-Reay with 108. Sato has 128. So Sato with the most at hand, followed by Bourdais.
Sato can't use it because he's got to make the fuel mileage to get to the end, Kevin.
And Sebastian Bourdais has joked this week. I think I set a record for being a rating champion for the longest. Remember, he won an IndyCar race the last time here. That was 11 years ago. He's the only winner entered, a two-time winner. And like Scott Dixon, what a remarkable turnaround from, one, the crash yesterday, and two, involved in contact at the beginning of this race, to go all the way from the back to get up to the front. And he has a legitimate chance to win because he's got a little bit more fuel on board than Ryan Hunter-Reay.
Sato, Hunter-Reay, Bourdais provisionally on the podium. Then Spencer Piggott with an outstanding permanent road course drive today. Scott Dixon, boy, the damage control, the luck, the misfortune, then the turn of events. An incredible storybook day for this man here, Scott Dixon. Recently turned 38 and one of the most successful IndyCar drivers in the history of the sport. There is a 5th championship awaiting him in 2 weeks' time. If he can nurse this result home, he'll head to California with a 29-point championship lead. How about Will Power, the pole man who blitzed his way to the Verizon P1 award yesterday, got off to a great start, and then once everything was cleaned up from that opening lap crash, he got going again, got to turn 7, and just nothing happened in front of Alexander Rossi. Gearbox issues, then he had a crash, went back to the pits, got it all going again, but Will Power finds himself way down the order, some 7 laps down in 21st position.
RHR, we're hearing on the radio, has been given the green light to go and chase down Sato. Sato leading the race for Bobby Rahal's team. Bobby Rahal calls the shots on the pit stand there. Been a long time since Bobby's had a win.
Now RHR, 3 laps to go. It'll be 2 laps at the line. RHR has 101 seconds of push to pass. Now he's on the button. So RHR can use the button for like 90% of the rest of this race. He's going to have a shot, I think, guys.
For those of you turning on, expecting to see NASCAR at Darlington and the Southern 500, we'll get you there as soon as this race is finished. But how is it going to finish?
It's right there now, so 2 laps to go, coming to the line.
Full overtake, last 2 laps.
Full overtake the last 2 laps. Let's do it. 2 to go, less than 4 miles. Is it going to be Takuma Sato or Ryan Hunter-Reay? He's right there.
No attack, no chance. Sato is gunning for a win. It's been a long time since he's been in the winner's circle on a road course, and he will not give up easily.
Ryan can stay on the button almost always. Only when he's off throttle, coasting into a corner, will he come off it. He needs to get Sato to burn everything he has. It's going to be hard for Hunter-Reay to get close through these quick corners.
Sato's good in the infield. He pulls a little bit out on the infield, but Hunter-Reay comes back on the straightaways. Hunter-Reay's really good down here in the chicane in the last corner, but Sato's better in the infield.
Can Hunter-Reay be close enough, PT, on that front straight, heading down to the festival curves on the final lap?
Sato not using push to pass, still has 45 seconds. Here they go. It's going to go green light right here.
Flag, last lap, overtake all the way.
Last lap coming up, less than 2 miles. Has Hunter-Reay got something here for Sato? He's not close enough.
Really only has 1 more chance, Paul, which will be on the back straightaway.
Or into the tight hairpin if he can get close in the infield. 3 more corners from here, but Sato's car is on rails through this triple right.
Well, the other issue is these corners are fast enough to where the turbulent air is just too much for Hunter-Reay to get close.
You've got to remember earlier this weekend, it was not a positive start for either Rahal, Letterman, Lanigan driver Graham Rahal or Takuma Sato. The team felt like they were a little bit 1 step behind, but Sato said, we had a great weekend at Road America. If we can work it out, we can have a great weekend here as well. And he's just a few more corners away from victory, which would be his first permanent road course victory. An incredible result. He's made up 19 positions from his start. He's an Indy 500 winner. He's now a Portland winner. Takuma Sato wins on IndyCar's return to the Northwest. How about that? Phenomenal effort from the Japanese driver. Takuma Sato can add Portland to Long Beach and the Brickyard as his IndyCar race victories.
And all this does is solidify him for a program for next year.
Let's hear from Takuma Sato.
And he scores just the 3rd win of his career. Big hugs from all of the 30 crew. It's his first win since Indianapolis of 2017, and it came with Takuma calling his very own strategy. Takuma, that was a bold call just after Fuel Strategy had burned you just last week.
It was actually. We had a difficult weekend on the last couple of weeks, but this weekend it's really paid off, and we carefully calculated. Of course, everyone does it, but I think the strategy worked really extremely well. Obviously, the car worked well. The pit stop was fantastic. Look at these guys again. Beautiful, beautiful.
Ryan Hunter-Reay was closing in on you those last few laps. Were you looking at him in your mirrors?
Yeah, I was, of course, and I knew he had over 100 times of the push to pass, so at 60 or 50 counting down, and I knew he's coming, but I was kept on the really cool, and Ryan really raced the fair, a bit in and out. We raced in time race together, but brilliant.
Kevin, an impressive day for the 30 team from 20th to 1st.
Watch the Grand Prix of Sonoma, Sunday, September 16th at 6:30 p.m. on NBCSN.